Welcome to Tutorial Series 2 by Urban Tango Nights. In this series we are going to expand on what we taught in Tutorial Series 1, such as heroes and ochos. However, in this series we'll be adding moves such as Ganchos, Boleos, Pasadas, Paradas and a myriad of other more advanced moves. This will still be at a sort of more novice level. However, these will improve your tango repertoire, improve your technique from those moves we taught in our previous series. Please refer to Tutorial Series 1 for techniques such as the technique for doing ochos, and also, even though this series is designed to be a standalone tango tuition series, there is no substitute to go into your local classes, supporting your local tango scene and dancing with as many people as possible, so we encourage you to go to those classes all the time. This is episode 1 of Tutorial Series 2, and in this episode we are going to be looking at Planeos, Paradas and Pasadas. These are very common moves in Argentine Tango and are often done from the forward ocho. So if you want to recap forward ochos, please refer to episode 5 of Tutorial Series 1. We will start this class, or this tutorial video, by looking at the Planeo. So the Planeo is almost a decoration, although it's LED, where the follower or the leader can sweep their foot around to exaggerate the movement of the forward or front ocho. So if I put Alison into a forward ocho, we can get into this by a myriad of ways. But I'm just going to do it from a simple side step. I'm turning my follower to my left, and then going to take her into a forward ocho. So this is the same as what we taught in episode 5 of Tutorial Series 1. If I want to take her into a Planeo and get this sweep, she could do this herself as a self-decoration. So as she steps forward, she could sweep this foot around and come up. However, we are more interested in teaching you how to lead and follow this at this stage. So, as I take her to my left, this can also be done with right as well, and we'll demonstrate that later. As I take her to my left, what I'm doing is sinking down slightly, so I'm lowering my chest. This causes the follower to sink into her front leg, which will be her standing leg, in this case her left leg, which means that her back leg is projected behind. If she brought her feet together now, she would end up in quite an ugly position. So instead, as I pivot her around using my normal ocho technique, that trailing leg will sweep behind, and I can come up as I want her to come to a collect position, and I can take her into my forward ochos and continue. And as I say, I can do this on my right hand side as well. So again, I'm sinking my weight down, I'm bending my knees slightly. I can also do this by just lowering my chest. The follower feels this, therefore leaves that trailing leg behind, sweeping it around as we come up into the collect position. One of the main causes of error in this move is the leader deciding to leave the Planeo too late. If I leave this too late, so if I take her into my front ocho, if she's already moving this trailing leg into her collect position, and I go down here, all I do is sink her in position, and she pivots in a bent leg position to come out. So, as a leader, I want to try and pre-plan this in my mind, so as I step to my left or to my right, so it's in the side step phase of the pivot, I'm already starting to lunge down slightly, causing that follower's leg to sweep through into the Planeo. We will now look at the Parada and Pasada. We'll teach these two together as they are very commonly done together. A Parada in Argentine Tango is commonly known as a block. So in Argentine Tango, our feet have very little to do with each other because all the lead is coming from the leader's chest and the follower's free leg is following that chest movement. However, for this series you will see that lots of times I will put my foot into the path of the follower, and therefore my foot will be acting not as a lead, but as some sort of indication of something to happen. And this is what is true of what's known as blocks. Again, these can be done on either side of the ocho, so it can be done on my left hand side or my right hand side. However, it is common for most people to do them on their right hand side. So from my forward ocho again, instead of stepping purely to my right now, what I'm going to do is lead my chest over. So again, in series 1 we talked about following the leader's chest, and therefore we don't have to move our feet as leaders. So instead of taking this side step to my right, as I pivot my follower, or move my follower over to change her weight, and start pivoting her, I'm moving my right foot in front of the follower's standing leg. So if I show you that again, she steps forward, I've let her with my chest, and then moving my right foot to be beside my follower's standing leg, which is her right leg. As she pivots around, she is now blocked by my leg, hence why this is called a block. I can do this on my other side as well, so if I take my follower back into my ocho, as I pivot her around here, I can move my left foot to my follower's left foot, causing her to be blocked into this provided position. To maintain my balance, I've sunk down into my right leg, and my left leg is extended in front. I don't want my knee bent and in front of my follower. This would cause her problems where her knee is about to travel. So I want to try and create this nice sort of classic tango posture of bent right leg, straight left leg, and the same on the other side, bent left leg, straightened right leg. There is no need to rush to get into this position. You've got all the time that the follower is pivoting to do this, so I can take her in, she's already pivoting, and I can put my block in here. Once we have the follower in the block, we can then take her out of the block by causing her to step over that blocking leg, and this is called the pasada, or to pass over. So again, for my ochos, I'm taking her across. As she's pivoting, I'm putting my block in place. The follower is bringing her leg close to mine and she's blocked. If I want to lead her over, I have to cause her foot to come over my obstruction. So I'm lifting my chest. The follower can step over. I'm leading my chest to my left, and I can pivot her out to walk out or take her into more ochos. What the follower is feeling when she does this is...
So when I feel, so I'm going to follow this ocho. So I'm going to do my pivot, and I'm just going to wait. I felt that block, and because his foot's touched mine, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until he then leads the next move. You can add decorations at this point if you want. So when he then leads me forward, I can feel that upward motion, which is going to release this free leg out, so then it can come over the standing leg. And again, I'm going to take that step forward, and I'm going to angle it towards my partner, because I don't know what's coming next, but I'm still trying to get in front of his chest. So then when I pivot, either then he can take me back into ochos, or can walk out. Exactly the same on the other side, so I'm going to wait, maybe sink my weight down slightly, keeping my legs together while I'm waiting. When I feel that lift, I'm just going to come over, again arching that foot towards my partner, and then coming back and front.
So when the follower is in this position, the follower has time to do decorations. We will cover decorations in a later series. However, a very common move that we've already covered in Tutorial Series 1 is the Shoeshine or Strada. And there's an opportunity to do a Shoeshine here. So, if I take my follower into my ochos, I've turned this through 90 degrees just so you can see this more clearly. I've put my block in, and now the follower's foot is making contact with the outside of my foot. And Alison will now explain how she can do a self-decoration or a Shoeshine here.
So the Shoeshine, the follower's foot is around the leader's leg. So you can use that top part of your foot to go up and down his leg. So you can bring it up from the knee and then back down. So you're keeping contact on the back of his calf. You don't have to go, you can go up as far as you want and then back down as you wait for a lead to happen. Equally, if you feel that lead to pass over, you can do your Pasada, Parada. You do your Shoeshine and then walk over. Make sure that you do finish going up and then back down and then over, so it keeps it nice and clean. If you do this, it's not as clean, so make sure that you finish and complete the Shoeshine before you move on.
We can, as a leader, we can also lead the follower to do a Shoeshine if she wishes. So again, from my block position, so again I'll turn this through 90 degrees so you can see. When she's blocked here, I can still control her free leg, which is her left leg, which is the one she will be doing the Shoeshine with my chest. So if I lift my chest slightly, she will feel that, and she can bring that leg up. I can take it back down before taking her over. So, as you'll notice, the technique for a Strada Shoeshine and a Pasada is very similar. It both involves leading the chest. However, the difference is with a Pasada, I'm making my chest move to either the left or the right to cause the follower to step past. With a Shoeshine, all I'm doing is lifting it up. We will now look at the opportunity to do a block within the Planeo of that we covered earlier in this tuition video. For my forward ocho, I'm going to take my follower around to my left hand side and I'm dropping my weight down. If instead of stepping to my left, I step left and forward, so if we do this from the side, you will see this. So here's my forward ocho. So instead of going to the side, I'm going forward and down slightly, which causes that follower's leg to sweep around. As that foot sweeps now, if I leave my foot in position, that leg is going to come around and make contact with it because it's in the path of the follower's sweeping leg. And I can take her back out of this position. So when we come to here, we have the same principle that we covered in our earlier tutorial series, which is that the follower's free leg continues to move and try and reach its destination even when there's a block in place. So in this case, as the follower sweeps her leg around, they make contact somewhere in the thigh region, and as I come up now, that foot is going to come up and we have a leg wrap. Again, we covered leg wraps in episode 3 of tutorial series 2. The same technique applies, so please refer to that. Sorry, it's tutorial series 1. Therefore, please refer to that if you want to recap leg wraps. To come out of it, I can just reverse my motion by going back down and sweeping my follower behind, or I can come up higher, twist my follower back, and I've got the option to go into a back ocho if I wish. Now time for some solo exercises. For leaders, what we can do is just practice keeping our balance while moving our feet into positions to do these moves. So I can take my side steps, and then when I choose, I can go to take my side step, bring my foot back in, I'm not transferring my weight, and move it into different positions. So as a leader, we can trial this. Also practice leading with your chest as if you are causing a follower to move. So I'm leading my ochos by twisting my chest. And as I do this movement, I am isolating my leg motion so I can control my follower's free leg while moving my feet independently of each other while keeping balanced. One thing we should always try and do, as I referred to earlier, is keeping this bent leg, having the other leg straight. This lowers your centre of gravity, therefore keeping you well grounded and able to keep your balance while doing these moves. For the follower, we have a similar set of exercises, so you can practice your forward ochos like we've done in the previous tuition series, but we can now start practicing during the sweeps, so lowering your centre of gravity by flexing that front leg, sweeping the leg around, coming back into your collected position to keep it neat. So this is something to practice.
Yeah, make sure that you hit that balance point with that leg extended. That leg needs to stay outside, so it's going to try and stay as far apart as it is in this position. So you're almost like a compass, with this, your standing leg being the pin and your free leg being the pencil, so that when you rotate, that leg draws a plane and then comes in. So make sure that you are fixing it in and you're using that inside ball of the foot to mark that plane into the floor.
Please bear in mind, if you are doing these planeos, don't overdo them when dancing. Usually, if a leader is just leading you through ochos, don't try and add one of these sweeps in at every opportunity. It's something to be used sparingly and ideally to be led.
Yeah, they're also good for use in musicality. So if you feel a sweep in the music, you can do a planeo to emphasise that.
Alright, this completes this lesson or tutorial on Planeos, Pasadas and Paradas. Thank you for watching this Urban Tango Nights tutorial video. We hope you are looking forward to the next in the series.
If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Press the bell icon to get notifications every time we upload a video. Please follow us on social media and visit our website to subscribe to our newsletter. Links in the description below.